Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Monday, August the 8th, 2022. Monday, August the 8th, 2022. Today's episode of General Hospital was disappointing to me because it's time to get back to the trial. It's time to get back to that. I want to know what happened. I'll even say, let's get back to Sasha. What's going on with Sasha? She's supposed to be arraigned. I mean, let's even show Spencer. He's supposed to be arraigned too. I mean, all of these interesting storylines the show could have covered and did not, failed miserably today. I won't even spend too much time with Dante talking to Brooklyn about he knows something up. She's got some scheme she's getting Chase involved with, and it's only for her best interest, not Chase's best interest. You know, Chase really wants to be a detective, and as long as he goes down her rabbit hole, he never will be. And that's 100% right. You were 100% right, Dante. I'm not even going to talk about Link talking to all of that stuff is just fluff, that filler, not even fluff, filler stuff that just was not good to me. Okay, then we have Maxie talking to Maxie talking to Sam saying what's going on with Spinelli. I am so sick and tired of Spinelli. He's going to Britt. Do not go on a second date with Cody. Just don't do it. Listen to me. As if he and Britt were ever friends, that she would listen to him. I was like, what on earth are you talking about? She barely knows you. Barely knows you. And you're telling her this without giving her proof. And she's like, why would you say this? Because I found out he's not as awful as I thought. So now why would you say this? And of course, Cody comes walking up. What's this I hear? So then Cody and tells Spinelli, let's talk about it. Let's go. And then if you see the way he kind of manhandles Spinelli, pushing him down into the chair, and Spinelli is acting like he's a weasel. He used to be the jackal, but he's acting like a little weasel. Cowering down, can't stand up for him. I am so tired of this. And then they had Cody talking about how Spinelli's illegal algorithms are plugging into people's private information and how would the NSA feel about that? And I thought, how would Cody know that? Hello, he doesn't. So Spinelli is allowing him to blackmail him on a topic he knows nothing about. Because when he goes, how would the NSA feel about it? And Spinelli's like, you wouldn't. And I'm like, you idiot. He's fishing. He's fishing. He doesn't know anything, and you allowing someone who doesn't know anything to completely blackmail you. It is not illegal that Spinelli is behind society setups, period. But now Spinelli is making it like it's illegal, and I am so sick of it. Society setups needs to fold, go under, fail, whatever. I'm cool with it, because seeing, scenes like this, I don't really care to see them. I don't care to see these three interact. I don't care to see Cody and Britt interact. This is just like not even good chemistry, good nothing to me. But you know what? Let me know how you feel. You might feel different about it. But I'm looking for good soap storytelling. This is not it. It's not it in the least little bit. And then we have little Miss Willow accessing the hospital computers to see if her bone marrow results are in, which you're not supposed to access your own records like that. She's just, now they're saying she's graduating nursing school today or something. Well, you know what? You're starting off on the wrong foot, Willow. All jumpy, nervous. Ava's figuring out something's wrong because Ava was trying to see if Esme's body either turned up or she's turned up in the ER and she got nowhere, but she sure did peek at the hospital screen and saw, no, she had not been admitted. But she noticed Willow was kind of becoming unhinged. And so Ava follows her. Now, Willow has never confided in Ava, and she didn't truly confide in her, but they did have a good talk. And Ava can definitely be a listening ear when she wants to be. And then Michael initially came up, what did you do to her? Because he's looking at Willow's face like something is wrong with you. And immediately accuses Ava, and Willow's like, no, she did nothing. We had a good talk. I mean, but still, Willow didn't tell Michael, still hasn't told Michael. This is Willow's MO. I'm kind of sick of her too, okay? I'm sick of everybody on General Hospital today. Nina deciding to bring in the celebrity chef saying, I want to do this every Saturday. I want to have, menu tasting, and I wanted this. Not running none of this by Olivia, none. Nina is just remaking everything in her own image. I'm hoping the Metro Court is so far out of budget, and Nina's going to have to really fill that budget with her money because she's got money. Well, look, she might be a little strapped from buying Carly's half because that was a hefty purchase. But Nina knows nothing about running a hotel and is trying to just make drastic changes, period, on the Metro Court. And the Metro Court already has an established reputation. Wow. Let's see how that goes. And once again, she's talking to Obrecht. I only bought this hotel to give it back to Carly. No, she did not. Every time Carly's name comes out of her mouth, she's griping and moaning about Carly. She knows doggone well she didn't buy that hotel to give it to Carly because she knew soon as the way she shoved it in here, you can have it. I bought this for you. You lost it here. She knew Carly wasn't going to take it. But it's nice for her to say that, right? And then she's telling her, Sonny pretty much let me know that Carly is always going to be in our relationship. Donna is not even in school yet. No, Donna isn't. Donna should only be what, if 3? So she's a permanent fixture. Yes, she is, Nina. Yes, she is. And so are his kids. That's not going to change. So I don't know. And Obrecht was like, oh, then dump him, get rid of him now. She's like, you can get better. And I'm thinking, no, you can't, Nina. But anyway, the shoe fits for her. It was better when we were in Nixon Falls. It was just he and I. That was a lie, and it was a fantasy world. So you're saying the lie in the fantasy world was better? Okay, but now you're back to reality. You were the one, believe it or not, back to reality that stole Sonny and Ava's baby. Actually cut it out of Ava's stomach. But anyway, now let's talk. Well, I don't know about cutting it out. I know she induced labor, but it wasn't that the baby wasn't born quite right because Nina forced that issue. So that was the disappointment in General Hospital today. What was kind of decent for me with General Hospital was, let's see, the scene where Sonny came to see Kristina. Wow. The ever elusive Kristina Corinthos. We rarely see her, but she does exist. And what was so interesting to me is she's always had done a very good job of running Charlie's. As a matter of fact, she pretty much was running Charlie's for Ava, pretty much, But Sonny definitely did not buy Charlie's to give to his daughter, who's been working there for years. Nope, he bought it for his brand new friend. Well, good thing is Kristina likes Phyllis, and Phyllis made her a manager. So great. That gives her some responsibility, and Kristina's happy. She definitely told Sonny that she's going to stand by him because he stood by her when she was in that whole cult phase, and she wouldn't be here without him. So she loves his father, which, Michael's taking that way too old. These are adults. Michael's an adult with his own adult life, and he's definitely reacting off of his mama's adult life. Oh my goodness. So at least Kristina was smart enough to say, you know, Dad, I'm going to stand by you. I love you. And so then, of course, he brought up, but I noticed you didn't mention Nina. And she kind of looked down. It's like, I'm not happy with what Nina did because she caused us some unnecessary grief. But I'm not going to like give Nina a hard time. She pretty much told her father she wasn't gonna, just she would give her a chance, kind of. So when Nina came in at the end to Charlie's, Kristina was cordial, said, I'm sure you'd like to speak to my father. I'll go ahead and do whatever she said she was gonna do. So when she walked away, Nina said, wow, she was almost nice to me. Okay, wow. But that's Nina, she doesn't really have nice things to say about other people too much. But one thing that I noticed that Kristina said is she's like, Morgan, when my brother died, that really affected me deeply. And then, then you, and I'm closer to you than I was with Morgan. It made me really think because I'm noticing on YouTube, we're getting a lot of Morgan is alive. Morgan is alive. I have always suspected they were going to bring Morgan back. That somehow, of course, the way they write with soaps, the bomb exploded, but it knocked his body off that cliff into the water or whatever. But somebody got him, one of Sonny's enemies, or somehow he woke up like, oh look, Sonny ended up in Nixon Falls, right? Well, Morgan ended up in LA. Morgan ended up somewhere. Somebody found Morgan, and Morgan didn't know who he was. But you want to know what made me start to think? You notice how we said there was problem from the West, California. Somebody was trying to make a move. Somebody was trying to nuzzle in on the territory in Port Charles. I am wondering, is that how they're going to introduce Morgan back in? He doesn't quite know who he is, but his instincts are, geared towards, mob life. And he may be one of the ones working for whatever mob boss is out there, or maybe they'll make him a mob boss, but I think he's too young. Morgan would actually be too young. I looked it up. Of course, we know they age in soaps, but Morgan was born on General Hospital in 2003. So this would only make him 20 next year. But Molly is now older than 20 years old on the soap, because let's face it, we've got now the younger ones, Josh and Trina and Cam and Spencer. They're like 18 going on 9. They're aging themselves. So absolutely, Morgan was way older than that. And Molly and TJ are older than 20. So Morgan and Molly are the same age. Morgan was a little bit older. So they could bring Morgan back as a 30-year-old, a hard-nosed 30-year-old, which he would have to be working with somebody or under somebody because he wouldn't have the experience, to run a mob organization. And also, let's not forget, wherever he ended up, they would have to have discovered he's bipolar because he's like Sonny. He needs his medication to even keep him stable. But it's interesting. They could do a lot with Morgan back on this soap. And what would Sonny do? Because he wouldn't kill his son. He would try to get him away from another organization if he was in it, but he would still, if Morgan didn't know who he would still have to work within boundaries, to make sure no one hurt his son, or Selena Wu couldn't touch his son, and all of that great stuff, if that were what they were planning on doing. So I just wanted to bring that up because when I saw it, I thought that would be interesting if Morgan was alive, because it was saying he's coming back in September. Sure, we shall see, but I would love to see it. So let's go to comment corner. Comment corner. We have Anita. Yep, Cody and Britt's no hate their chemistry. We all do. We even had some folks tagging on that comment. Susan commented on Anita's comment and kind of went back away. We're all inconsistent. All of that is crazy. It's boring. And they need something else to write about and do. And Spinelli, his blackmail, oh my goodness, nobody wants to see that. And Anita feels that Brando needs to be the conservator of Sasha's, the guardian of Sasha's affairs. My thoughts on that are Brando is too close to the matter. And Brando, he can never really tell Sasha no. I don't know that Brando can take a firm enough hand on Sasha to be her guardian. Now Gladys sure can. But my thoughts on Gladys being the guardian is Gladys better not have control of that checkbook because Gladys will be spending up Sasha's money like there's no tomorrow. Can't trust Gladys with an open checkbook. So you could trust Gladys to be on Sasha like a hound dog. So we'll see how that goes. But please, let's get back to it tomorrow. I want to see Sasha. I want to see Spencer. I want to see Trina and her trial. So I'll be back tomorrow to do our Tuesday General Hospital daily recap.